I promise that this has to do with the video. In the early 1900s, two teams raced to be the first humans to reach the South Pole. One team waited for the perfect weather and then pushed for 40 or 50 miles in exhausting bursts. The other team, led by Roald Amundsen, committed to a 20-mile march, walking exactly 20 miles every single day, whether there was a blizzard or sunshine. Roald's team arrived weeks earlier and survived. The other team never made it home. People would treat 2026 like a sprint, but the top 1% of performers use the 20-mile march. They don't flex, they don't announce, and they don't burn out. If you're between the ages of 18 and 25 and you feel behind, you don't need motivation, you need the math of quietly winning. The first point is the aggression of marginal gains. The biggest mistake that you can make is trying to change your life 100% overnight. Instead, look at the 1% rule. Research shows that if you improve a skill or habit just by 1% every day, you'll be 37 times better by the time the year ends. Winning in 2026 is about the math of compounding. When you work in silence, you aren't leaking social currency by telling people your plans. You keep 100% of that mental energy to the work itself. While others are performing ambition for likes, you are quietly stacking those 1% gains, and by the end of 2026, those marginal improvements become a massive gap. The second point is build a financial engine, not a mood. The truth is, motivation is a terrible financial advisor. Studies show that 64% of young adults live paycheck to paycheck. To win quietly in 2026, you need to remove the human element. Set up a wealth engine where 20% of every paycheck is automatically diverted to investment or high-yield savings account before you even touch it. Data suggests that people who automate their finances have 90% higher account balances over a decade than those who try to save what's left over. When your money moves quietly in the background, wealth becomes inevitable. So the third point is the lifestyle creep statistics. The average 25-year-old spends 30% of their income on wants, streaming, eating out, and status symbols. This is lifestyle creep, and it's designed for you to be average. Quietly winning means looking unsuccessful for a few years. If you can keep your expenses the same as when you earn 25% less than you do now, you create leverage. Individuals who maintain a low debt-to-income ratio in their early 20s are 3 times more likely to achieve total financial freedom by their 30s. Let them have a flashy car now while you're buying your entire future. The fourth point is stack high-value skills over status. The World Economic Forum suggests that 50% of employees will need reskilling by 2030. If you aren't stacking skills, you're becoming obsolete. And instead of chasing a fancy job title, use 5 hours a week, the 5-hour rule, used by top billionaires, quietly mastering a high-value skill like technical sales, data analysis, or business systems. These skills offer 10x ROI compared to general labor. In 2026, you don't need to look important, you need to be economically dangerous. So finally, the fifth point is protect your dopamine baseline. And this is where the mental game is won or lost. Recent studies show that heavy social media use is linked to a 70% increase in life dissatisfaction. Quietly winning requires detaching from other people's timelines. Your chapter 1 will never look like someone else's chapter 10. When you stop scrolling and start building, your cortisol levels drop and your focus sharpens. In 2026, the greatest competitive advantage isn't your IQ, it's your ability to stay focused on one goal for more than 10 minutes. Transformation doesn't need a press release. The most powerful changes are the ones that happen when no one is looking. Apply the 1% rule, automate your systems, stack your skills, and by the time mid-2026 rolls around, you won't have to tell anyone you've changed. The results will be so loud, they speak for themselves. Move quietly and let the world see later. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Make sure to watch this video right here, and as always, thank you for watching.